AMA.
Awesome.
Good afternoon, Whale Coin Talk community. My name is Noah. This is the third AMA of today. We are with Royalty Longevity Reserve. Gentlemen, before we get started talking about the project, how about you give us a bit of background on yourselves, how you got to be in the crypto space today, and what you've built in the past?
Sure. Can I just correct you? It's actually Royalty Finance, not Royalty Longevity Fund. So do you want to make that for the record?
Oh, sorry. No, Royalty Finance. I was reading
Royalty Finance. Yeah.
Yeah, Royalty Finance. I was reading about your reserve. Anyway, we'll get to that as well.
No, it's fine. No, it's cool. No. So our team consists of there's three people in the team. There's our CEO, which is Kay. Some of you guys might know Kay. He's the owner of the Future Lounge, similar kind of lounge to what you have here, where they host AMAs daily across there. And Kay's been in space quite a long time. He's very well connected and he's very well trusted and known within the space. So he's the CEO of Royalty Finance. And then there's Chief. Chief is also another well-respected colleague, which is in the crypto space. He's the owner of Coin Chasers Lounge, which is also on Telegram. And Chief, again, is very highly regarded in this space. So if you don't know him, just ask about, and everyone knows Chief. Myself, you might know me from the Future Lounge. I am the host, like yourself over there, Noah. I host the AMAs. I haven't done it for a while because I've been working on this project, but I've done probably hundreds of AMAs over there, so I'm well adapted to it, and I've been in crypto about a year now, and I love crypto. I think it's amazing.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ryan. And Royalty Finance, give us a high-level overview of what you guys are building, and then we can start jumping into the nuts and bolts of things.
Yeah, sure. So essentially, I mean, we're Royalty Finance is an auto staking, auto compounding, decentralized protocol, and what we do is we provide investors with a fixed annual yield of just over 160,000%. So it's 160,198.31 to be precise. And what we're trying to do as forefront, we're trying to maintain sustainable rewards model, really, where we can provide investors with trust, and also with added utilities, which will then build the Royal ecosystem and provide that inherent value. So what does that mean? Yeah, what does that all mean? So basically, in short, it means that you're going to basically, as an investor, whatever you invest, you're going to get an interest of 0.02127% on your investment every 15 minutes, and that goes straight to your wallet. You don't have to connect it anywhere. You don't have to do anything. Once you've bought the tokens and they're in your wallet, you just get that interest every 15 minutes, and that equates to just a little over 2% daily. Okay, so if you want an example of that, we did some calculations, and if the price didn't change, either go up or down, just stayed the same from launch, if you put $1,000 in your investment, your initial investment day one, and you held for a whole year, okay, if you could hold for a whole year, that is, I mean, I'd love you to hold for a whole year. At the end of the year, due to the compounding effect, i.e. the percentage on top of the percentage on top of the percentage every 15 minutes, if you didn't take any money out, at the end of the year, you would have 1.6 million due to the compounding effect. Now, I know it sounds amazing, but, you know, we've done the calculations, it's all there, you know, and that's the beauty of compounding, how it works when you basically, it kind of, you reinvest and reinvest on top of your investment. So essentially, we're trying to really provide a safe and sustainable ecosystem that will generate high yields, but offer the investors real peace of mind for really financial freedom. Because you see, the main reason when anyone buys into a token, right? Yeah, before you get into it, when you look at any project, first thing you always say to yourself, what is it? the first thing that comes into your mind is my money safe? Yeah. It's like, am I going to get rugged? Am I going to get scammed? Yeah. Is it going to be, is my money funds going to be there next day? You know? And the reason why we built this is because we want to provide that safe environment where everything's being done above board, you know. And I mean, when I talk about above board, we're going to get into it all later. You know, I mean, I've done hundreds of AMAs, and what we've accomplished so far, and what we're going to accomplish. No other token has ever come onto an AMA and said, because we want to be as transparent and upfront as possible. Because at the end of the day, when you're investing your money, that's the main thing you want to make sure is safe. So we're gonna go through lots of additional security features and safety features, what we've put in place to make sure that the next day when you wake up, your funds are still there. Yeah, and you can go to bed at night and you ain't got to look at the chart and thinking, is it going to get rugged? Am I going to get scammed? Is there going to be an issue with the contract? No, we've done it all. So, you know, as it stands right now, we're ready. We've done lots of testing, and you know, the project's we've been building the project for over a month now. We've been having lots of conversations, meetings. I mean, it's just been non-stop, you know. So we're ready to go.
So Ryan,
Yep.
Would you say that your project is a fork of Titano or Olympus DAO?
No, it's not a fork. No. It's inspired by them. Yeah. We've taken inspiration, and we've had a contract customly done. It's been tweaked and changed up, and you know, we've taken some of the preliminary features, you know, so the concept of the idea, obviously the APY model, you know, the actual idea, but the actual contract is not a fork. No.
Understood. And explain to our audience members how you all are able to sustain such a high APY, fixed APY.
Okay, yeah. So like the how it works is a percentage of the buys and sells go into the liquidity of it. So basically, we've created a special contract which has basically like an integrated system which with true manual burns, right? And we're going to be rebasing every 15 minutes. And this is also backed by the RLR fund, which you noted in the beginning of the AMA, and the LP growth tax. So it all in all, from the taxes alone, up to 21%. Well, it will be 21%, but up to 21% is basically going to the LP to keep it sustained. So we will be. That's how we will be maintaining stability.
Certainly. And again, Ryan, I apologize from the beginning. You guys are royalty finance guys. I was referring to the royalty longevity reserve at the beginning of the AMA. On that note, can you tell us a bit about how that works, how you plan on utilizing it? Is it going to serve the same function as a treasury?
Yeah, so no, it's not as a treasury. It's essentially it's like a buyback. Yeah, is the RLR fund. Yeah. It's initially a system where we can, you know, save the chart. We can do what we want to do at any one point in time, and maintain stability. Really, that's what the RLR fund is.
And how exactly do you plan on utilizing it to keep stability?
Well, you know, I mean, we don't want to give all the secrets away, because if we tell everyone, we don't want to use our strategy as a way of creating exit liquidity for people. Okay, so we want to use it strategically. We want to use it, you know, as and when needed. You know, we're professionals in the industry. We've seen a lot of charts. We know when to utilize it, when it looks like it needs saving, and when it looks like it needs pumping. You know, so when it gets to the all-time high, and you're like, you know, no one dare pump it. You know, so yeah, that's how we're going to really be utilizing it.
Understood. And would you say you planning on doing any kind of manual burns to ensure price stability?
Say that again, sorry.
Are you planning on doing any sort of manual burns in order to ensure price stability?
Yeah. So the true burn actually counterbalances the addition in the supply. Yeah, to give you an example, the burn which we're doing in the first 24 hours from the tokenomics and taxes will counteract at least 3 weeks worth of rebases. So that's what it'll come down to.
Understood. And I see that your rebasing rewards are paid out every 15 minutes, which is great. But would you, for our audience members that don't exactly understand how that works, would you explain at a high level what rebasing rewards are and how the mechanism works?
Yeah, so rebasing is an elastic supply. It's basically the size of the supply changes every 15 minutes. So in a sense, the whole supply goes up every 15 minutes. And that's how you'll get the additional tokens in your wallet. Yeah, that's how it comes to it.
And those additional tokens, are they auto compounding or are they?
They are auto compounding. Yeah,
they are. Okay.
Yeah.
And is there an option for users to turn off that auto compounding mechanism so that they can sell their tokens if they please?
Well, yeah, they don't have to turn it off. It's just automatically compounding. So the tokens just sit in the wallet and they auto compound every 15 minutes. They don't have to turn them off. They don't have to connect the wallet. They don't have to do anything. Once you've bought in, you could buy $1 worth of tokens. It's not no one with more or less receives anything different. It's just if you want to sell your tokens or want to sell your interest on your tokens, you can just sell a portion, a small amount, all of them. There's no restrictions.
Understood. And on that note, can you give us a high-level overview of the tokenomics, please?
Yeah, sure. Of course, can. Yeah. So the actual the buys and sells, they're slightly different. So on the buy side, we've got a 4% going to the promotion and development. We've got 5% going to the liquidity growth, the LP. And then we've got 5% going to the RLR, the Royalty Longevity Reserve. Then flip on that onto the sell side, we've got the promotion development, that's 7%. The liquidity growth is 6%, and the RLR is 5%. So,
great. And sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we did spend a lot of time on them numbers. I know it might not seem like a complicated amount, but we really wanted to make sure that we was giving the liquidity enough there to keep everything sustained at the same time as not to hamper it and make people feel that they're a bit heavy, but most of the taxes are going towards the LP. It's just to keep it sustained, really. That's what we've done. I mean, I'd just like to add that we just going back onto the RLR, the most sellers, a lot of the time they're afraid, because of the investment getting lost, so we're going to create like a new floor price with the buyback wallet, every time, so that it'll kind of keep the token at a kind of stable level throughout the project. So the idea behind this project really is it's the more stable really you can get it, the better it is, because the how it works is it doesn't matter if the token price isn't going up. It matters as long as it's staying stable, because if even if the price is staying stable, you're still getting your interest every 15 minutes. So even if you bought in today and the token didn't move for a whole month, you're still making interest on your money. You're still making money. It doesn't have to go up. You're still getting that same. Of course, everyone wants the price to go up, and that's what we all do, don't we? It makes it better for everyone. But the idea, if we can get behind it to make it as stable as possible, that's why we chose the APY percentage, the fixed percentage. We chose that amount because we calculated it. Look, we could have come and we could have done, we're going to do 500,000%. APY. Yeah, we could have done $1 million. I mean, we could have just gone with any crazy figure and made it sound really juicy, and everyone, oh yeah, we want it, but we want to sustain this for as long as possible. And by having a more sustainable percentage, which isn't going to be hampered by too much sell pressure or or the buy pressure, to balanced out. That's why we came up with them figures.
And Ryan, how do you guys plan on combating massive sell pressure? As we've seen with most of these sorts of projects, eventually users and investors want to take profits, and oftentimes that causes a ripple effect and mass sell-offs.
Of course, no, it does. I mean, look, I've been trying to educate people in these kind of tokens, really, because I think people don't really understand the concept of them. So, they're like a bank, right? Yeah. So when you go to your bank, right, and you put your money in your savings account, okay, you put it in there, and at the end of the year, you get paid interest, right, on your money. So essentially, it's like a bank. Now, I want people to understand that your money's going to be safe here. Yeah. So we want it basically that you can put your money in, and it's going to be just like a bank. Yeah. If everyone goes to the bank and takes the money out of the bank, what happens to the bank? The bank collapses. So that's why we're going to have this royalty reserve to help. Obviously, we when people are in profit, they're going to take profit. We're not saying to people don't take profit, but we want to say to people, look, sell respectfully. We want you to still be earning, in a long period of time from now. Not just 1 week, 2 weeks. We're looking at years into the future. We want this to be here for a while. So, in a sense, we said to people, look, if we could educate people, as it say, look, if you could just look, it's up to you what you want to do with your money, but the strategy behind it, what we're kind of like promoting, is that if you could, once you get yourself to an amount that you're comfortable with, if you're making, $200-$300 a day, sell your interest every day, or every week, whatever you want to do, I mean, there is stories out there of similar competitors where people are earning, $8,000 a day on their investment. So, we like the concept of the APY model. We wanted to make a safe and secure and sustainable way of doing that. And that's why we've seen projects fail, and we've seen projects succeed. So we looked at why projects failed and why projects succeeded, and we've kind of taken all the good stuff and got rid of all the bad.
And Ryan, what is some future utility you plan on integrating into your ecosystem with respect to your token to make sure that it has value going forward? I know you want to be a long-term project, and obviously just being a compounding asset, as we've seen, isn't enough. So are you trying to build out your ecosystem? And I'm just going to throw some names, NFTs, a launch pad, DeFi, DeFi services, whatever that might be.
Yeah, all them things we're looking at integrating all them things, because we know what the investor wants. Yeah, we're not just someone off the street. Like I said, I've done hundreds of AMAs myself, and I've seen which projects have made it and which projects haven't. We know what works, what doesn't work, why it works, why it doesn't work. So look, we want to offer some amazing services to our investors. Obviously, we want to get the first hurdle right, and we want to make sure that we're setting ourselves up for that. We don't want to overload ourselves with too much in the beginning, but definitely we're planning. In fact, straight in the first month, we've got a little secret up his bag where I'd love to tell you right now, and I mean I will come back in and tell you before, but we've developed a new staking system which has never been done before, where users will be able to interact with it in a very unique way. So and it's going to be able to, the users will be able to have an addition to what they've got already within the protocol. So that's going to be rolled out probably within the month. We're just trying to figure it all out now, how we're going to put it in place. Obviously, we've got a lot going on with all the AMAs and all the sorting out all the marketing side and making sure all the ducks are lined up. So that's very important to us. But definitely, we've got launch pads. We've got we're doing some merchandise. We want to get to we're going to set plenty of roadmap with the target for the milestones. We want to reach 100,000 holders, and then 250,000, then 500,000. We've got all these targets in down on paper, and we'll be ticking these off as we go forward. But yeah, for sure, we've got, we've not put everything that we want to do on our roadmap right now, because I don't want to throw everything at the kitchen sink out there and say we're doing all this, because we want to be realistic to people. We want to be upfront, we want to be honest, and so when we say we're going to do something, we're going to do it. I'm not sure if you want to get onto it, but we everything that we're going to say we're going to do before launch, we're going to do. And that's where a lot of these other projects have failed.
And Ryan, you did mentioning marketing. AMAs are extremely important, as we both know, especially doing them with the right channels. But what are some of the other more lucrative marketing strategies that you're currently using to generate exposure and create hype for your project?
Yeah, sure. So look, we're using all the main strategies that are used within the crypto space. So we've got influencers on YouTube, we've got influencers on TikTok, done loads of videos already. There's loads over YouTube already. You can search us up there. We're doing banner advertisements across lots of social networking sites. We're doing we're doing the PooCoin ads just before launch and after launch. We're going to be doing exchange partnerships. There's going to be so much, and literally, we've got all those ducks lined up now. This is why we could have launched this project, like a lot of projects do. They get it on a cigarette packet on the Friday. They create the website on the Saturday, and then they launch on the Monday. No, we've taken this time because we want to make sure it's right. It's very important. So the marketing strategies, we're going to have everything that you'd want to see: the CMC, the CoinGecko, and this is all going to be done with the applications being filled out, submitted, and put forward now. And by the time we get to the just after launch, we'll be all ready to go.
Nice. And really quick, can you give us a breakdown of your private sale? What was the hard cap and the maximum contribution per wallet, respectively?
Yeah, so we raised some funds in our private calls group. So at the moment we're at about 350 BNB, and each maximum contribution was 3 BNB, and each investor in the calls group, they're only going to be getting 5% more tokens than actual launch price. So no one's really got an advantage over it. But obviously, just because they invested early, we want to reward them with an additional one, because without them, we wouldn't be able to make this happen. So it's only fair we reward the ones that have been in it from the beginning.
Certainly. And is there going to be a lockup period for the private investors?
No, there's no lockup period. No one. We're not restricting no one from selling or buying. We don't feel that's, imagine Elon Musk saying to people, you can buy into Tesla, but you can't sell. That just sounds silly, doesn't it? So we don't want to restrict anyone from buying and selling, because we're confident with our project. We're going to deliver on everything that we say. So, the proof's in the pudding, and we will deliver that.
Ryan, can I add something here?
Yeah, this is Chief.
Yes. Hi, Noah. Let me add a couple of. Hey. Ryan, in the meantime, check the core. Our contract dev has something for you.
Okay.
Let me add a couple of points about the private. First of all, we gave them only 3 BNB allocation, which is going to be only maybe about 30 or 25% of what they actually, or what the public can actually buy in on the pre-sale. So if the pre-sale is going to be minimum 10 as a max contribution, so we gave them only 3 BNB. Reason is simple. I want them to go and buy as well. it's just not. If I give them 10, 15 BNB allocation, I could have done that. I could have said, sale is 10 BNB max. I'll give you 10 BNB as well, but they won't go and buy. I want them to be in the pre-sale as well. I want their skin on the game as well. And yeah, that is one point I wanted to add. And also, I forgot the other point.
But we can't have vesting as well on the tokens because
correct.
It's a rebase. You can't lock the tokens up so that everyone gets the funds. So the people that was, if there was anyone vested, they wouldn't get any interest. It'd be pointless for them. So it's just not it's not feasible to do it in this scenario.
And that's fair. Curious to know when the pre-sale is going to be.
So it's scheduled for the 4th of May. And we did that because we said May the 4th be with you. And so we've scheduled for the 4th of May. Like I said, we've been planning this almost by then. It'll be 7 weeks by then. So obviously the difficulty with launching any project, everything's dependent upon market conditions, right? But it'd be disastrous not disastrous, but it'd be unfortunate for, say, a project to do a pre-sale and then the market does a 20% correction, during that point. So we've got to be conscious of the pre-sale date and market conditions. Now, we have chosen to do our pre-sale with Gempad, and some of you may be familiar with Gempad, some of you may not. It's a relatively new platform. They're already working, they're already up and functioning, and we like their business model. We chose that primarily because some of you out there may not be aware, but a lot of the other launch pads, the popular ones which they all take an allocation. So whatever you sell in token amount, the percentage, they take 2% of the amount sold. Okay, so they become primarily a top holder in the project, and they can do whatever they want normally with them tokens. So the problem is that they're going to end up dumping on you, basically, essentially. And we thought we wasn't comfortable with that with our investors, so we chose Gempad because Gempad don't take any tokens. So that function won't be there for anyone to be selling on you straight away or any of that. They're not going to have the tokens. So we like Gempad. We think that they're very professional in the way they operate, and I've contributed already in a couple of pre-sales on there. It's very smooth. Also, just to make everyone aware, you cannot send directly to the pre-sale address, so that's going to make it a bit more fair for everyone. So I do like that feature. I think it's a bit more even for everyone. But the guys over there, they're very well experienced. They know the stuff, and we're very happy we've chosen them.
Gentlemen, before I get to audience member questions here, is there anything that I haven't asked about that you want to discuss? And also, how far after the pre-sale launch do you anticipate the protocol being ready and live?
Yeah, I mean, there's loads of stuff we could talk about, and I mean, I'm sure some of the audience are going to come in. I mean, we do have lots on our website, but I mean, one of the things I did want to mention as well is that we did on the marketing side, we've also had a lot of we've had over 600 news articles write about us already, and these are names like we've had Yahoo Finance report about us, we've had Yahoo News, Benzinga, Market Watch. Some of the big names out there have already published royalty finance. So that is one of the other highlighting points. One of the key factors we have not talked about, which is a big thing for us, is we've already instructed Certic to do our audit. So we've partnered with Certic now, and Certic we've already paid for it up front. So it's not going to be one of these ones where it's coming afterwards. No, it's already started. We've got the link out on our site if you want to check the progress of our contract. So for added security, we will also be having the Skynet feature, which tracks every transaction that goes on the contract. So anyone who has any issues about where funds are going and someone says, oh, Dev is selling, all that crap, that won't be going on. So it's all being monitored 24/7, and it's all visible for everyone to see. So we're going to be the most safest, transparent, upfront token you've ever seen.
And that vote of confidence is always very important.
Definitely. So your other question was regarding, what was your other question?
So no, that was my question. I wanted to know when the protocol would be ready and live, and you answered.
Oh yeah. So I mean, we, as I said, the pre-sales on the 4th, we're looking to go within 24 to 48 hours after that date.
Understood. I'm going to get the community questions here. First up, we
have
Say It.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Say it, you there, buddy?
Yeah. Thank you. No.
Sweet.
Okay. So I'm just curious that what motivated you to create this project, and especially Rebasing project. You could have had all the utilities like Launchpad, NFTs, and even without Rebase token, or even without a token at all. So why did you decided to jump into Rebase token?
Well, I mean, we like the interest model. We like the fact that you can put your money in. A lot of people I know who want to get into crypto or want to do crypto don't have the time for it. Yeah, they don't want to be stressing about, watching charts, and they want the money to work for them. So the reason why we chose the auto compounding, auto staking model was because we want people to make it as easy as possible to people to make money without having to do anything. So it's just easy for them to just invest, and then they can just to check it as and when they need to. But some of people who we know in the space don't like babysitting their tokens. So it's just the fact that we're going to be our reputations are on the line here. Within the space, as I said, we've got two of the most respected crypto people in the space in the protocol. The idea behind what the vision of it is they wanted to make it as safe as possible so that people could invest with confidence.
Okay, got it. Thank you for explaining that. Okay, so most of the projects are combining rebase mechanism with bonds. So I was wondering that are you also combining the rebasing with bonds?
We are. We just, as I said earlier, we're doing true burns, on ours, which are going to be manually conducted. We're going to be doing one within the first 24 hours of launch, which will basically offset like 3 weeks worth of rebase in the first 24 hours. So we're going to be doing true burns, not where people send it to a dead address. We're going to be burning the tokens so they don't exist anymore.
Okay, understood. So Royalty Finance will have a dashboard. So I was wondering that you also did the calculations and told us that how much profit we will earn. But I was wondering that will users be able to calculate their profits on the dashboard yearly or monthly, depending on their initial investment?
Yes, you will. So there will be another you'll be a way of connecting your wallet basically if you want to see how much your investment is working for you. As you just said, then it'll be like a D app which will have a dashboard. It'll tell you how much you're going to be making in the next 15 minutes, how much you're going to be making in the it'll show you a lot of information from 1 month to what estimated you'll have in 1 year. So like a little calculator in there. It'll be very informative. It will give you lots of information about how your money's working for you and your projected investment.
Okay, got it. And I was wondering that is there any limit on maximum amount of royalty token user can hold in their wallet?
No, there is no limit, and we're not having a maximum holder or anything of that sort. I mean, we don't want to restrict people from doing what they want with the money, because why should we? I mean, you went to the bank and said to the bank, I want to put in $1 million. They wouldn't say no, you can only put in 100,000. So we just want to make it as fair as possible, because at the end of the day, we want to attract big holders. That's the idea. We want people. That's why we're doing. The pre-sale is going to be maximum contribution of 15 BNB, and we're doing that because people then can start off with a large amount of tokens. It's like if I was going to go into a bank and I was going to deposit $1,000, and then somebody else was going to go and deposit $100,000. Well, who's going to make more money? The guy who puts in 100,000. So it's all relative, So we there is no maximum amount on the holder. No.
Got it. Moving to my final question.
Sure.
So I was wondering that will you offer any extra incentives to the diamond hand holders who are holding the royalty token and not withdrawing or transferring any amount of tokens? I've seen some Rebase projects giving extra incentives to the diamond hand holders. Have you thought of that?
Yeah, we've thought of that. We've thought of some ideas of if you there's multiple ideas were thrown about. We want to just kind of finalize which one works, because we said that if someone didn't sell after, like, say maybe just sold their interest, and we could submit a form and show that they've only sold their interest for, like, say 6 months, then they will be rewarded with a higher like a bonus, so to speak. So there's many other mechanisms. As I said before, we are going to implement a bonus scheme, which will come in pretty soon after we launch, hopefully within the month, and that's going to be, we're calling it revolutionary because it's never been done before. So I'm sure I'd love to give everyone the details of it, but as you know, the problem with the crypto space is that if I announce it on here now, by the time we launch, somebody will rip it off, unfortunately. So we need to kind of keep something close to his chest, unfortunately.
Thank you for explaining that. Best of
No
luck.
problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you for the question, Sayed. Next up, we have Aisha.
Okay, thank you, Noah. Okay, I have a few questions to ask. First, on your white paper, I've read that you are offering 160,000% APY to the holders. I was wondering that will this APY will be maintained for the first 12 months only, like other rebase tokens, and then it starts to decrease in a cycle?
Great question. Yeah, so the 160,000 a year is fixed. It will not change. Yeah, it's hard coded into the contract. So like I said earlier, the reason why we chose that amount was because it's a realistic amount that we feel with all the numbers that we calculated can be sustainable compared to, we've looked at ones which have failed and why they haven't. So we went with that figure because, we want this protocol to last, forever, essentially. That's the idea behind it.
Okay, got it. I also want to know that what is the expected lifespan of the rebasing rewards?
Well, I mean, that depends on the on the total amount. It'll probably be about 10 years, I believe. I have to check with my contract dev on that, what the calculation would be on the how many times it rebases. It's 96 times a day. So I'll have to come back on that calculation on what the lifespan, how long it would take to do the full rebase.
Okay, understood. And I did some research about rebasing protocols, especially their pros and cons. So I would like to know that rebasing token creators can manipulate the price data any way they want because they have total control over the circulating supply. I want to know that how will you convince the investors that you are not just making the chart look better to attract more investors to stake?
So what you're referring to there is this token doesn't work like the rebase, like what you've just mentioned there. So this is a positive rebase token. The rebase token is what you've all seen before, where when the chart goes up and a big green candle comes up. That's what you're referring to, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that isn't how this token works. Okay, so we're a positive rebase token. Those are what's called negative rebase tokens, where the supply goes down. Okay, so that's how the chart's manipulated, because it makes it look like it's going up. In theory, ours will be the opposite. Ours will look like it's going down, but because the amount's so small, and it's done every 15 minutes, no one's going to even notice it. And it's, as I said, this is all offset through the LP and the RLR fund, so you won't notice. There won't be any impact on the chart through the rebase function.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. The last question from my side. I was wondering that will your royalty longevity reserve or treasury be controlled by the DAO?
No, so that's manually controlled. And our CEO K has the only function to that. He's the only guy with control of the wallets, so that's how he'll be. We'll collectively, I suppose, we'll be making decisions as a team, as strategically working in conjunction with our contract dev as to when to be doing buybacks and when to be making any impact on the chart manually.
Understood. Thank you for answering my questions.
Thanks for your questions. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Aisha. Venice, you're next. I also saw some community hands up, by the way. I'm going to call on all of you, but you need to keep your hands up. If you put them down, then I'm not going to be able to.
Okay, so moving to my first question, as Ryan mentioned, if people hold their tokens for 1 year, then they will be rewarded with a big bag of money. But I think there would be a lot of small investors who are just not optimistic, and small rewards won't do much for them, because these kind of investors want more and more but don't have patience to hold for longer. So do you have anything in place, like if they hold it for 1 week, they will get a reward in BUSG or BNB, and if they hold for 1 month, then they will get a bigger reward. So these small steps lead them to hold the tokens for longer. So anything in place for these kind of investors?
Well, so are you familiar with how compounding works at all, Venice? Have you looked into compounding before?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, then obviously the amount increases every on every payment and every interest rebase. Yeah, so what you're asking is, there will we be giving like incentives for 1 week or 2 weeks? Well, you're getting the incentive from the start. Everyone gets it. It's the same incentive. You've just got to buy and hold. That's it. I mean, everyone wants a quick flip in this space. Yeah, everyone wants a 2x and out. Yeah, or whatever. Then I want to just make this clear. This isn't a quick flip token. Okay, so if you think it's I'm going to do a 2x on day one and I'm out, this isn't the project for you. I'm going to be quite clear. It isn't. So how we've worked it out is that even small investors benefit the same amount as large investors. Okay, so you're not impacted by if you invest a small amount or a large amount. You still make the same amount of percentage. That's all it is. It's a percentage each whatever your investment. So yeah, look, obviously people want to make money fast in this space. People want to make money, many X's quick, but we want to do it in a more sustainable way, and we don't want people to be feel uncomfortable when they're in this project. It's all about keeping it safe, secure, and sustainable.
Yeah, that's awesome. And while I was going through your roadmap, I read about NFT integration. So will you launch your own unique NFTs, or will do partnership with any well-known NFT project?
So yes, we will be doing our own NFTs, and we will be announcing that within the week of launch. We've already got that duck, should I say, lined up, and we will be announcing all the information around the NFTs just after launch. As I said, we want to really focus on having a successful launch. Any questions anyone's got, going through all them. We don't want to kind of add all the additions on right now, but the NFTs will be done in-house, so to speak. They won't be third party.
Okay, and one more thing I want to ask that I see every day there are a lot of positive rebase projects and compounding uh, projects. There are a lot of them, so everyone is choosing this kind of project. I think it's easier for them to just fork the Titano and make a project. I think it would be hard for you to capture the new investors who don't know enough about this crypto space. They are just new investors, so it will be a little harder for you to convince them as well. So how would you do that? Any educational videos or any seminars or any kind of things to make them comfortable with you?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that's one thing that's definitely on our to-do list before launch. We're going to be putting out some videos on how to buy, how to sell, how you get you earn your interest so people can see it. But education in this space is definitely the key factor. I mean, there's a lot of people that even when they're buying into don't understand taxes. They just they look at the wallet. They go, "Oh, I'm up half a BNB," and then they sell it, and then they go, "Well, why have I lost money?" They don't understand that they get taxed. So I want to educate people. I want people to understand that when they buy in, they get taxed, and when they sell, they get taxed. On most projects, yeah. But for us, as you said, there is other projects out there, but what we're going to be doing differently is that our calculations on our APY is a more sustainable amount. As I said, we could have cuckooed up some stupid 300%, 400%, 500% APY, which is unsustainable. Yeah, and we've already got Certic paid for. We're doing things differently than others. We're doing it as we're saying it. We're doing it. So we will be educating people. We will be, letting people come forward. We have on his Discord channel. We have a suggestions channel. If anyone's got any questions on there, they can ask questions. Anyone wants to DM me can DM me. We've got many ways to bring in. We want to educate people who aren't familiar with this token. I mean, that's why we've already done 30 AMAs in the Asian market already, and introduced this to the Asian market as they're not familiar with it. So we've already brought this to their door. So and we did them over the last 2 weeks. So we've been educating, the part of the world already, and we're going to continue to do so.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know you, Ryan and Kay from Future Lounge. You guys are legit and doing really great job. It's not a financial advice for anyone, but I like you guys, and God bless you. Thank you so much for answering my questions as well.
Thanks for your nice comments. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you for the questions and the nice comments, Venice. Gentlemen, we are coming towards the end of the AMA, but before we part ways, is there anything that I haven't asked or our audience members haven't asked that you would like to talk about? Or tell us about?
I mean, is Chief got anything else he wants to add that I've maybe not touched on?
No one actually asked who's our contract dev.
Yeah. Who's the contract dev?
Maybe can we do a guessing game? Is the
tell us about the team? Tell us if you're doxed or not. We want to hear all that good stuff.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Go on, Chief.
Okay, so of course everyone knows Kay. I've been in the shadow for quite a long time, but whoever asks me who am I'm never shy to tell who am I. Just DM me and I'll tell you who. What am I about? I've been in the crypto space since a year strong, but I've been investing since 2017. I lost my ledger in 2017. I found it in 2020 when COVID came, and I was nicely surprised. That's how I got into crypto again. I have been part of some big companies, and when I say very big, means very big companies. I have managed 200 employees of my own. So we are not, basically, what I'm trying to say is here, we are not teenagers. We are businessmen. We are doing this with a lot of experience, all three of us. And what else can I say about us? Yeah,
But
our
you talked about
contract dev.
the contract dev,
Yeah, so Monkey Shanti is our contract dev, and he is this time he is also helping us a lot in understanding the contract, understanding what we can do in the future. DAO is one option which we will look at. We have not decided yet, but there are many things lined up, and Monkey is closely working with us on this. And Monkey is not doxed only to the world, but I have met him personally. I have met Kay personally. So yes, it's a close-knit team, and yeah, we are comfortable with each other, and that's the only way partnership can work. And yeah, that's all I can say. If there's any other specific,
we're also going to be KYC'd with Certic as we speak right now. Kay is doing a KYC with on a call with Gempad. So and we're also right now, and then we're also going to be having another third party audit done, which will be out before launch, I believe. So we're trying to tick all the boxes. We're trying to do everything properly. We've said before, there's a lot of people who've got a lot of fear when they get into a project because they're concerned about, is it going to be legit? Is it going to do? And we want to make sure we can iron that out so that there is no FUD, there's no concerns, because all the questions are going to be answered. Everything.
Beautiful. Gentlemen, before you go, for our audience members that are joining in late, give us a quick overview of who you are, what you're building, and why people should consider investing in your project.
Sure. So we're a team of three. Myself, Kay from the Future Lounge, and Chief, who's on the call as well. We're essentially an APY token, auto staking, auto compounding. We're offering investors a fixed annual yield of just over 160%, which goes just a little over 2% daily. Works out at every 15 minutes you'll be getting an interest paid on your wallet. We're going to have Certic, it's already in place. We're going to have CMC, we're going to have CoinGecko, we're going to have PoolCoin ads. We're going to have, we've already done loads of pre-marketing build-up already with over 600 news articles, Benzinga, MarketWatch, Yahoo News. And, we want to do this protocol properly, So, guys, if anyone's got any questions, please feel free to jump across to either his Telegram or his Discord channel. Or if you want to DM me, no problem. And we just want to basically offer a way for investors to invest safely with the peace of mind, knowing that we're going to be here tomorrow. So that's what we're trying to achieve, and that's what we're going to achieve.
I'll just add one more thing. Discord is where the action is. We have about 5,000 plus members already there. Our target for the next 3 to 4 days is to get to 10,000. And that's where all the contests are. That's where the whitelist spots are in abundance. Of course, you have whitelist spots here as well. But if you are not able to grab one, Gleam competition is on. There are a bunch of things happening in Discord. So I would suggest you do go there for sure. Telegram, we just started it 3 days back for a lot of people who were asking for it. But the action is on Discord. Do be sure to check it out.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
I'm sure somebody can share the links in your chat if they could, or are we allowed to at the end?
It's already there.
Is it already? Oh, great. Thank you.
Gentlemen, Ryan, Chief, thank you so much for being with us today. Audience members, definitely go get involved. Telegram, Discord, try to win some of those awesome whitelist spots. This is Royalty Finance. Their website is www.royaltyfinance.net. Engage with their Twitter, ask questions. They're a very transparent team. And as a disclaimer, Whalecoin Talk is an educational channel. We do not offer financial advice or investment advice. Always do your own research and invest what you're willing to lose. Thank you everyone for being with us today. That was an awesome AMA, and we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Take care.
Yeah. Thank you,
Noah.
Noah, for having us. Yeah.